In this video, we are going to be analyzing this specific playoff bracket, what I agree with it, what I disagree with it. This is from the perspective of a Chiefs fan, and they've been getting some criticism because they're saying Chiefs won't make it past tomorrow. What and I think the Chiefs are going to win. Nonetheless, though, I have major problems with this. Pretty much this saying is that it's going to be a Super Bowl 54 rematch with the Chiefs winning. But number one, this is from a Chiefs fan. So you always have to take that with a grain of salt. And second of all, I just don't find this to be like the most reliable scenario that I see. Looking at the wild card round, I actually agree with most of it. I think that the Houston Texans are going to lose to the Cleveland Browns. Looking at Texans Browns favorites, we see the Browns are 2.5 point favorites against the Texans. The Texans are ultimately, a weaker team than the Browns. Bills Steelers is another prediction I think that that they got right. Looking at Bills Steelers favorites, we see that the Bills are 10-point favorites. The Steelers don't even have the best wide receiver, and I forgot what his name was. They're missing him, and the Bills just been dominant these last 5 games. I think that the Bills should easily win this. And Chiefs versus Dolphins, again, you see Chiefs are 5-point favorites. Looking at the weather, Chiefs Dolphins weather, it's not going to be very conducive for the Dolphins. It's going to be an advantage to the Chiefs. They're saying that the wind chills could be negative 30 degrees. The watch party was canceled, and it's going to be freezing. Looking at Bills Steelers weather, the weather for that doesn't look fun either. That could feature near record wind and snow, and and that could actually result in it might actually want to having to be postponed entirely. But yeah, Bills and Chiefs, they're not gonna have good weather for this. Buccaneers Eagles, they have the Buccaneers winning. They do have a slight hatred of the Eagles following the Super Bowl. Although honestly, I mean, Philadelphia is a 3-point favorite, but you have to see how they do. With the spread, and 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 they have reasons why both the Eagles and Buccaneers can cover. And you just have to look at it. The Eagles are in a slump. I honestly don't totally disagree with the fact that we could be first round exits. They have the Cowboys being the Packers. Now, when you look at Cowboys versus Packers favorite, the Cowboys are 7-point favorites. I think that the Packers actually get the win, but it's going to be a tough road. Then you have Lions versus Rams, and they think that the Lions are going to win, which I agree with. And when you look at Lions Rams favorite, Detroit is a 3-point favorite. A lot of people are saying that Detroit's going to be a first round exit, and I would agree with that. Having said that, the rest of this is where I'm concerned with. Ravens Browns. I personally think that if the Browns are to play the Ravens in the wild card round, that I personally think that the Ravens should play the Browns in the wild card round. The Browns would win. The way the AFC North teams beat up on each other, I personally think the Browns are a bit stronger of a team, even though they have a worse record than the Ravens. So I feel like the Ravens might actually lose that game. Bills versus Chiefs, I highly disagree with. The Bills beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, and now they're not going to have the home field advantage. And the Chiefs now are going to have the home field advantage. And yes, the Chiefs and Bills met in the 2020 and 2021 postseason, and in both cases, we had wins by the Kansas City Chiefs. But you look at the AFC Championship game, and yes, it was heavily lopsided in favor of Kansas City. When you look at this is the infamous 13 seconds game, and that's really a game that could have went either way. I really would really wish I could have see like what the scoring summary is. But yeah, that's a game that really could have gone either way. And it was pretty much neck and neck the whole game. But now, Buffalo's actually now if the Chiefs win, they don't have any more home field advantage. This should be an easy victory for the Bills to finally get the event like Kansas City. And for this, 49ers Buccaneers, again, I think it's me 49ers Cowboys, me personally. I think that's what it's gonna be. But 49ers Packers. But personally, I think that if the Packers are to lose and it is 49ers Buccaneers, I think the Buccaneers are gonna win. And then you have Cowboys Lions. Again, I was thinking it's gonna be Lions Buccaneers, but you know, I do disagree with someone with the notion that the Cowboys win this game. I think the Lions, if they don't get screwed by the refs again, they might have a chance. But then you have to realize the way they're doing might not have been approved by the refs anyway. So it's hard to say. Now you have Ravens Chiefs. I think it's going to be either Ravens Bills or Bills Browns. But fine. Let's play along the notion that the Chiefs get here. The Chiefs are not beating the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs are not beating the Baltimore Ravens. It is not going to happen. Mark my words on it. Chiefs are not beating the Ravens. The Ravens are a dominant team against anyone who isn't from the AFC North. If they lose, it is to an AFC North opponent. If the Ravens are the last AFC North team surviving, they are going to beat the Chiefs. Um, it would extend the AFC Championship streak to 6. Ravens are beating the Chiefs. And then the 49ers Cowboys again. I think that while the 49ers are going to make it, I think it could be against the Lions. It's going to be against the Lions most likely, which I think the Lions will be able to win. But if it's 49ers Cowboys in San Francisco, I think it should be an easy victory for the 49ers. Now you have 49ers Chiefs. I think at this point, if we would have a Super Bowl rematch, it would be the 49ers Ravens rematch. But fine. Let's play along the notion that the Chiefs somehow get to the Super Bowl. They ain't beating San Francisco. They just ain't. Ain't happening. The Chiefs have been too inconsistent of a team to really make it to the Super Bowl. You look at their record. They start with a loss. Then they have a win. They win 6 in a row. Then they lose to the Broncos, beat the Dolphins after bye. They lose to the Eagles, beat the Raiders, lose to the Packers and the Bills, beat the Patriots, but that's not a very convincing win. Then they lose to the Raiders in Kansas City. They do beat the Bengals and Chargers to close out their season, but I mean, like, damn. And it's just like so much better team. Look at NFL Super Bowl odds, and you just look at them. I mean, I'm not saying that what my pick is like the most convincing, but you look at it, the 49ers are the best odds right now. Then you have the Ravens, Bills, Cowboys, and then the Chiefs. Chiefs are the 5th most likely team as of right now to get it. And then you have Dolphins at 6, Eagles at 7, Lions at 8, Browns at 9, Rams at 10, Texans at 11, Buccaneers at 12, Packers at 13, and Steelers at 14. So as of now, in most models for the Chiefs, if you their odds are around something in a plus 900 to plus 1,000 range. Whereas the 49ers, they're like just over the plus 200 range, between plus 200 and plus 225. And obviously, the markets are saying it's going to be Ravens 49ers because the Ravens are mostly in the low plus 300s. And from there, the next most likely team, they're already in the plus 600s at that point. And obviously, you look at it and you see the Browns and the Lions and how they're worse than the Eagles, especially the Browns. I don't know. I just see it happening. Although there is one model that is saying that the Lions are better odds than the Eagles.